Hey guys, it's Envy, and so finally, we've made it into the Pokemon League of this game. Yeah, I know it took quite a long time since the last one, but here it is, so let's start the last episode of my Pokemon Infinite Fusion series. So starting off with Lorelei, and she starts off with an Empoleon Politoed fusion. To be honest, this battle is quite straightforward since I've got a pretty strong electric type, and I ended up one-shotting everything except this Mimikyu Gyarados fusion with Disguise ability, and this freaking Leviathan lookalike Milotic Giratina fusion, which defeated my Luxizard pretty easily, but still went down with one Moonblast from my Agivore. Next one is Bruno, which I thought would be the easiest since in Gen 3 games, he's pretty much a free-win, but as it turns out, he is quite a tricky one, since most of his rock types are fused, with typings that are not really weak to water or grass types. And look at how cool this legendary is, but I still managed to win pretty smoothly with the help of healing items since I'm not doing a Nuzlocke anyway. Third one is Agatha, who's pretty much a poison specialist even in the main series games. This fight is pretty much the same with Lorelei if I didn't manage to miss almost every single Ice Fang against her Mach-Ho-Oh fusion. And the last Elite Four member Lance, who pretty much accepted his fate as a Bird Keeper instead of a Dragon Master in this run. As he starts off with the Togekiss Talonflame fusion, which I just used as an opportunity to set up Dragon Dances. But he decided to U-turn out and switch to his Darkrai Dragonite fusion, which I one-shotted with an Ice Fang due to +2 attack. His other Pokemon pretty much suffered the same fate. Well, except for this Agimense, since it has a Steel typing. And with that, we're finally done with our Elite Four, and we just need to claim our throne inside the Hall of Fame. And as I walked through the passage to my success, I was greeted by my rival, who never once won against us but managed to become champion before us. And so after his boasting about being the best, we started the battle. He first sent out an Ninsharp, which is really cool as I send out my Gyarados. I tried using Ice Fang thinking it doesn't have the Steel typing, but I was proven wrong as it sets up a Swords Dance to boost its attacks as well as boosting its speed with the Speed Boost ability. I switched to Luxizard right away since it probably doesn't have a move that would deal super effective hits to it, and I can just one-shot it with a Flamethrower. I successfully resisted the Iron Head, but here comes the problem. It used Baton Pass and switched into Haxorus Salamence fusion, and as most of you know, Baton Pass also passes stat changes to whichever Pokemon is switched in. Haxorus and Salamence has a really high attack stat each, so its fusion would definitely also have a really high attack, and having it boosted by Swords Dance, it would definitely be a huge problem. So I immediately switched into my Tyrant since it's quite bulky enough to probably take damage, and it could definitely one-shot with the Stone Edge right after. At this point, I realized that I should have just used Agivore since it's a fairy type, but it works, so yeah. And since my rival got greedy with the boosts and decided to use Dragon Dance, I can freely use the Stone Edge, unless it misses. So his Haxmans still managed to fire off an average, but Tyrant managed to suck up the damage and hit the second Stone Edge, defeating the threat right away. Then he next sent out a Torternion, which is a triple fusion of the Sinnoh starters. So I sent out Crowus and hit it with one Cross Poison for a clean one-shot. The next one would be the Reuniclus and Sylveon fusion, and I don't know why I sent out the Dark Fighting type against a Fairy type, so it got evaporated by a single pixelated Hyper Burst. I finally sent out Agivore to counter it with the Swords Dance boosted Iron Head, since he keeps on healing it with full restores. Then he sent out Chandeville, which got destroyed by a single Iron Head, but also leaving us in the red with Fire Blast. After that, he finally sent out his legendary, being the god of all Pokemon, Arceus, fused with the Luxray. It outspeeds my Agivore and defeats it, so I sent out Tyrant and he'll take a Stone Edge and take Luxus down next turn with an Earthquake. And finally, he sent out his last Pokemon, being also his first one, which is Ninsharp, and got defeated with a single Stone Edge. And that's how I finally become champion in Pokemon Infinite Fusion. I know there's still a Johto region in this game, but this series actually got longer than it should be since I got really busy most of the time. But thanks for all those who supported the series. I'm planning to start a new channel which will be a personal channel of mine, so if you have suggestions on what Pokemon fan game or ROM hack should be played there, just let me know in the comments. If you like this series, please still consider subscribing since we'll still be uploading some co-op games here.